options is to know what you should be touching and what you have no business touching and what you shouldn't be touching. And I think that's the most important thing, like knowing when what to trade and what not to trade, and when to trade and when not to trade. So all right, so as far as the trades, like I said, Ford was an easy trade because Donald Trump won, and I knew Trump was gonna win just because I know what country we live in and what it's ready for. So I knew that Donald Trump was gonna win. I wish I put up more bread, but at least I made some money off him winning, right? So but before he won, my mentor let me know like the top industries that are gonna do good are energy, um, industrials, biotech, what else? And big banks. So we look at XLF, big banks, they did really well. Honestly, everything kind of did really well because the main market did really well, but especially these industries did really well, I'll say, right? So big banks, industrials, XLI. So I look at the sectors. XLI did really well, and then energy, like I just showed you, they did really well. So and then another one. So what I look for is like what hasn't done quite as good as these that's supposed to do well? Biotech. So XBI, it still did kind of well, but not as well as the others. You know what I mean? It still did really well. But so right now I'm looking for continuation trades, but what I'm looking for is more what's on the dip that can keep going up higher. That's why I like Ford a lot. But let's do some homework, right? So when it comes to stock market, I want to look at the sectors and how they're rotating. So I'll start here. So I don't start on the charts. I start elsewhere for it to lead me to the chart. So let me look at 60-minute. So this is showing all the sectors in S&P 500 and showing the rotation. So notice right now on the 60-minute, I see that XLF is starting to get a rotation out of industrials and energy. They're starting to get a rotation out of. Don't get me wrong, these can change, but at least the current snapshot you can see, and then you can see which things are more stronger that you could bet on. So notice that XLRE real estate, XLU utilities, XLP consumer staples, and XLV healthcare, and XLB materials, they're going from lagging to improving. So these are the things that are more clearly that you want to go up. But furthermore, notice that these are defensive. So out of the 11 sectors in the stock market, it's three groups. It's growth, that's right, growth, defensive, defense, right? Um, and then value, right? So you want to see certain moves, certain stocks moving together. So for example, real estate, utilities, state consumer staples, and healthcare, they're all defensives. So usually when there's a rotation to defensives, there's going to be a rotation out of growth. The growth ones are XLY, XLK, XLC. Those are the growth ones. Notice that they're still leading, but they look like they might start to rotate out of them. And if they start to rotate out of them, and so far like value, some of these are being rotated out of. But the clear-cut winners is that defensives are due for rotation. So if they're gonna put more, if the market's gonna put more money in defensives, then the market might drop soon or it might chop because the people that are fund managers that manage billions of dollars for people, they don't take their money out of the market. They just rotate it around. So if they make some money in technology, then they might put it in energy. After they make some money for energy, they might put it in real estate. And that's how they rotate their money around. So if you follow the rotations, you can know where money's going inside of and where money's coming out of. So right now, it's a clear-cut sign that defensives are getting a rotation. So real estate, healthcare, Guild, that one that went crazy that I lost, that was healthcare. You know, so what I do is I play the sectors. So you got that. So I at least I know what sectors to look for. And if I want to short, these might be make better shorts. If technology, communications, and XLY, they might become better shorts. But know that these do change. So you just got to see which one's the clearest. to go off of. Then let's look at it on the 30 minutes. So these type of rotations take about 3 to 4 days to happen usually. And then the other rotation takes about 1 to 2 days. So now let's look at this on this time frame. You can see, look,
Long.
all defensives are leading. Exit real estate defensive. See how all the defenses are improving, and then you can see banks lagging, trying to come up. But you see technology, communications, and XLY consumer discretionary, which are growth, they're starting to get rotated out of, which means that there might be a drop in the market soon, or the market's going to chop. So when the market goes down, chops, the defensives do good. They hold their value better. They do better. So I'm going to start to position myself to looking at some defensive. So XLY, that's the sector that Ford is in. So I have to be careful so that it doesn't go down on me and I don't mistime it. But maybe it might go around and it might go from weakening to lagging. And then that could be the perfect time for me to time it to actually enter. Does that make sense? Yeah, got any questions? Are y'all straight on this? I bet. So now I know that I want to play defensive. I want to play either real estate, healthcare, utilities, staples, or materials to the upside. So now what I can do is pick one and start looking inside of materials, what's the best stock? Inside of that, what's the best stock? So let's say I want to look at materials, right? XLB. So now I can select XLB right here. And what it will do, it will show me all the leaders and laggers inside of XLB, the top stocks. So I can see in XLB, I see because it's not enough to just play the sector and necessarily be good. You got to know what you could either play the whole sector as a whole, or you could pick individual champions and losers inside the sector to try to get a bigger move. Because to me, if I want to beat the market, I can't. I'm not looking for mediocre moves. I'm looking for big movers at all time. If it's not a big enough mover, I don't even want to waste my time getting in it. So I see FCX. That's the leader right now, and I was watching the last couple of days, and it did really well too. So FCX, this is a materials name, Freeport McMoran. Look at that. So it's been going on for a while, and then yesterday it ate like the last 3 days, engulfed them, and then gapped up. And if you know anything about this name, it loves to gap up. It loves to move, especially like this day. I caught like this trade right here, double bottom, and then this was a clear break, and then the gap up was crazy. And then I didn't think it was going to gap up even more, but it did. But that was fine. That first gap up was enough for me. But all in all, it's like studying the structures that really pay you more. Like if I go back to my journal, like because in the journal I have like different categories. So like for example, like what to look for. Like this was a trade on I think was it MJ brought this up to my attention in my Discord. And look at this trade right here, like SEE. So why is this something I look for? Why is this an A plus setup? One, liquidation V bottom. You guys see that V? You see how quick as quickly as it sold off was as quickly as it bought up. You guys see that? So that's the climax of selling. Then there was a consolidation in a tighter range for these past 3 days right here, and then strong closing candles for continuation. So this trade right here went nuts. You guys see this? So this contract went from $108 to $770, 612%. Those are the trades that I'm interested in. You guys feel me?
Hmm?
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
looking for these type of trades because I'm trying to put down money that could change my life in one trade. And my only regret, why did I buy one contract? I should have had at least 10, you know? Yeah, that's crazy. And it's crazy because I guess how I found this. I found this using that process I just showed you, using this. That's how I found that trade, using this right here. You know? Yeah, it makes it worth your time and your energy because like don't get me wrong, like I traded really small amounts for a long time to get my discipline. But then I realized I oftentimes did not want to take profit. And the only reason why I didn't take profit, didn't want to take profit, sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. Only reason why I didn't want to take profit because my percentages were crazy was only because I didn't put enough money because I didn't find a trade that I was very confident on that I could drop the bag on. And to me, now that I'm doing it, I'm like, that's all I want to do. I don't want to waste my time on anything else that's not going to be worth my effort. Because at this point, I know a lot, right? So I gotta get the most out of it. And that's basically how I'm doing this. So now you go here, right? And then the next tool is seasonality. Or actually even before that, so with options, open interest is a big thing. So on different stocks, you will see how many puts are there in the market, how many calls are there in the market. When there's an imbalance, like there's more puts than calls or more calls than puts, the market makers want to balance the market. So they want to drive it against the people that have the most. Does that make sense? Because they're not trying to pay out the most to those people that have the most. They're trying to make it go against those people so that they become less. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah.
So yeah, so what you do here, like this is a tool like that my mentor created. He created like a lot of tools that I've been using. So but this is one of them. So like for example, I could look at next week because in the options, the monthlies are more I have more volume and the market makers have more work. So like my mentor will even put this chart on SPY where he'll put the expected range, like where's in this range, it always I won't say always, but 70% of the time it closes in between. So that gives you a really good edge, especially if you're catching it near the bottom one day, you know that it's most likely gonna close in between. So you can have a safe up trade if you were doing that. But um but aside from that, seasonality, big one. So you can see the seasonality of the SPY, but if I go to the tools, I can type in any ticker. Like let's say I look up what were we looking at earlier? FCX, and then I want to look at the last 10 years because the 10 years because at 2008 the market changed a lot, so I do 10 years, and it will show you, look, based off seasonality, that since November it has a strong uptrend. Look, actually since October, you see is seasonality wise it's been showing strength from October. But if we look at the chart this year on FCX, we were just looking at October, right? The end of October. No, yeah, this is it. End of October into November. What is it showing? Strength. So you can literally time the market by looking at seasonal data that tells you when you even up to the actual day when it has a higher likelihood, a higher tendency to actually show you strength or weakness. Notice there's no price levels. It just shows you times when it can have a lot of strength or times when it can have a lot of weakness. So I use these tools to then bring me to the chart to then look for the setups that I have in my journal to look for to enter these trades. And it's easier said than done. The hardest thing is actually staying disciplined. But so all right, so this is something I'll pay attention to. But because it's so overextended right now, I don't feel safe entering this. Does that make sense? I don't feel safe. I would rather enter when it's like down and it's starting to curl up. Now it already expanded. So after expansion leads to contraction. So that's why I'm like not so interested. But utilities, I'm interested in utilities. Because remember on that list we had utilities, we had real estate, we had consumer staples. So I'm looking at utilities. I'm like, okay, that could be a very good trade. So as far as utilities, NEE, this is one of my champions for utilities. And look at this. You guys see the upside potential on this? It's there, but it's just about timing it. So this could become a really big trade. Aside from that, the other one I was looking at was materials. So here's a material name right here. This could be a fire trade. You guys see this? Why would I enter this? Because I would only be risking this small area to potentially make a big area. So let's just say I got in on a pullback, right? If I can pull back, say like right here, gap fill, I put my stop loss right under this wick. How much of a target do I have, right? There's a 10 to 1 risk to reward if I put it all the way up here. 10 to 1 risk to reward. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
But
That
notice
look like very,
notice the
very.
structure. The structure is what's helping me to time this. Because I look at it like, let's say you drop you drop a ball from a tall height. When it bounces, right? That first bounce is the highest, then it gets smaller and smaller and smaller to the point that it's no longer bouncing, it's rolling, and then imagine this ball after it rolls, it starts to go back up. Does that make sense? So I could have entered today, and that would have been fine because it's at least in a pretty good timing mechanism. Could I maybe get better? Maybe if we dip tomorrow and come down here, I'll get even better entry. Maybe this will fail and keep going down, but it's giving me the signs and everything that I look for. Because you remember I said the liquidation, you see how it came down and you see how quickly it came back up after it came down. So it's kind of giving me some signs that it's if it's not ready, it's almost ready. And that's how I can enter the trade. Matter of fact, I'll put a little alert right here. And also, if it gaps up, sometimes that's another way for it to get ready because of the strength and the momentum. Because like if it gaps up above this level, all the people that were shorting and puts, now all of a sudden they're most likely going to change the calls because the gap up is above their stop loss. So they never got stopped out. Like you guys ever been in a swing trade and then the gap down and then skip your stop loss? Usually after that, I close out the trade. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I hope it comes back. Nope, I lost. So then I switch sides, and that's why like if it gaps up, that might give us an opportunity. So these are some trades to look at. NEM, um, the actual trade on my watch list. Let me see. Is my watch list NEM, NEM. Yeah. So I was looking at this. So that's another tool too. Use your watch list, especially if you're on Robinhood, use your watch list. So I added this to my watch list um on the 4th. It was $98. Now it's going for 155. But what I do, I look at okay, if I want to buy this, I'm not gonna buy this at it's 98 now. Oh, so when I added it, it was 159. Okay, so this is actually on sale. When I bought it, it was 155, and now it's 98. But I noticed today it made a low of 59, and then it kind of made it two lows at 70. So let's say I'm trying to buy this. I'm trying to buy this around 70. Does that make sense? So use this chart to know what price levels to buy at. Because let's just say you're not looking at the chart, you can just put in an order to buy at the lows. And if it comes back that low, it'll fill you, and then you have a chance for it to come back up here. Does that make sense? So here's an option play, NEM, that I like, and I'm gonna keep stocking it. And when I get in, I'll let you guys know. But it's almost ready. I think I might get in tomorrow, maybe. And then the other one was about real estate. So real estate, look at how real estate came down hard, and now it's starting to it came back pretty fast. As fast as it sold, it made a new low, a new max pain. Look at how it's going. It broke this low and it made a max pain where everybody thought this was gonna just fall off a cliff, and it didn't. And then that's usually the timing of when it's almost or is ready for you to get in, because it's all about timing. So real estate, and then what else would we say? Staples. So Coca-Cola is a top consumer staple stock. So let's look at the chart. Look at Coca-Cola. It's down, but guess what? This might get ready to reverse them. You know what I mean? So I would watch to see, do we break this low? And then how does this react? Does it break this low? And if it does, how does it react? Because you already know what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for that that structure where it V's. Let me draw. I'm looking for the structure where it V's. So I want to see something like this. It V's, comes back up as soon as it goes down, as quickly as soon as it goes up. And then even if it starts to consolidate, that's definitely when I want to get in. but it might just keep going down and then it might start coming up. So then if it starts coming up, I might take an entry right there, put my stop loss down here. I'm trying to get low risk, safe entries where I don't have to risk more. And if it keeps going past this pivot point, it can really pay me. All right, sounds good. Y'all have any correct questions or anything y'all want me to look at?
Uh, I was going to ask you, as far as Guild, when would you look at it to come back down?
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, Lotto Fridays. I'm on it. I'm looking, and RSI is not necessarily the end to all, just another,
Yeah.
another edge. But
hmm
it's stupid right now. If you look at it on a daily,
hmm
the RSI is
But
ridiculous.
yeah, I don't really look at the RSI for oversold overbought. I look at the only time I look at it is for divergence because I know things can stay overbought and I know can stay oversold. But if you look at the grand scheme of Guild, right? Look on the weekly, you see that okay, so check this out, right? So right here, so once look, these big candles right here, you see how like this was a big selling candle? That's an imbalance, right? So I'm gonna extend this all the way over so y'all could really peep. Let's extend this. And I'll make this bit full screen. All right, so you can see in present day. So notice what's happening. You guys see that? Notice after we broke this area and we got above this and we got inside of this imbalance candle, because whenever you see big candles and it starts to go the opposite way, know that this happens so quick that nobody really built a lot of positions that as quickly as it fell is as quickly as it can rise. And as you can see, it's rising quickly. You guys see that? So it may try to go all the way up here, but
What's the that's 102? What's the ATR?
ATR. Let's see. And this is gonna be on the weekly now.
There's true range.
Yeah, average range. So $4 a week, kind of
Okay, and it's how many
180 a day, $1.80 a day.
$1.80 a day?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
it could go up there and take that out, or
That's
Hold
it
on,
might consolidate.
what's the 30 minute saying on this chart?
that's the short right there when it gets to the top.
That could be the top. That could
Ah,
that's
okay,
Yeah,
definitely
that's
okay.
something to look for. Definitely.
definitely get a little pullback right there, even if it want to go higher.
So that's how I would do it. Because I know like it's in the imbalance range. Doesn't mean it can't fall, but there's a big
Nah,
liquidity.
that joint's shooting up,
Wait a minute.
bro.
Wait a minute.
It's shooting up.
Mhm.
The ATR, like what's this candle right here? How big is that candle right there? The
The
one,
big one, the 30-minute,
yeah. How,
the
how
first
big is
one.
that?
This one from
93?
93.72. It closed at 96.44
No, but I'm saying how high did it go from the bottom to the top?
from here to here. So you got 93.72 to 98.22. So five,
Okay, so
yeah,
it could
five.
quite
But today was not a normal day though. Today was not a normal day.
Yeah,
yeah.
I honestly
Yeah.
usually tell people be careful trading around election.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I know it's not normal. That's why I'm thinking we get another one of those candles tomorrow. We're gonna hit the top, and that's where I'm coming in short, dog.
That's definitely the place to look. Definitely the place to look.
Be
hmm
looking tomorrow. I've been looking at Guild since you was watching with the I was trying to I would have got cracked today if I would have got in it because I was like, okay, it's way up here. Once it go up some more, it's gonna come back down. So if it don't come straight down tomorrow, fill that gap
Can you
before
put in a
going
five
up to the
minute real
top.
quick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that joint's going up, bro.
Yeah.
Cause I already pulled back.
Yeah, it go get that it either retest that bottom and that gap or it'll
So
go up.
so on the daily,
Figure
does it
that
have
out.
it doesn't have no wick, right?
Very small wick.
Right. That's yeah,
Or
That's
that
still
liquidity.
joint's going up, bro.
yeah.
It
So
might do like a crazy doji candle, and then next day it might shoot up.
So yeah, and the reason why I found Guild because when I went on the rotation chart and I went to healthcare, Guild was the leader. Like XLV, Guild was up there. Guild is the leader, you know. But you can see things like UNH starting to go down a little bit. So you can see there's certain stocks that you could short too inside of this healthcare group. But yeah, Guild was one. What else? EQT, natural gas. That was one I messed up. Oh, I lost this trade today. At the end of the day, it was a good trade had I picked the right direction.
Yo, so much things have been going bullish after election,
Yeah,
yo. No
so
cap.
so I lost this trade today. I lost $10 today on this, but I try to short it. I try to go for sells. When the whole time I just went for buys. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing.
Did you think it was retesting Ford or so?
I thought it was gonna come down deeper. I was gonna come down deeper. I think I seen
Hold
it.
on,
You
where'd
see
you
that?
get in at?
Um, I gotta actually look at my Robinhood. Hold on.
Oh, I see what you mean when it broke that structure.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna keep going
Yeah,
down.
but that was that you could have waited for the retest and seen that
That it didn't keep
it
going
didn't break.
down. Yeah. So that was impatient of me. I'll admit that. But I set it up so I only lost $10, and I put up 88. So I lost like 15%. But let's see, where is it? This one right here. Yeah, so I got in at 91. Oh, hold on. EQT. Yeah. Yeah, so I got in at 91 and I sold at 82. You guys see that? So I got in at 242 and I got out at 250. So 8 minute trade. 242, 250. So I go
That's
on the
not
one
that
minute.
bad.
I'm gonna go on the 1 minute and I'm gonna mark that time 252. Right. So this is today. So right here. All right. This is 15 is 3. No. 2 o'clock is 14. Yeah, 14. Yeah, right. Yeah, this is where I got in.
For the sell?
Yeah, for a sell.
Ah, damn, bro, you got in at that little move.
Yeah, I got it at the end of the move. That's what I'm saying. So if I had actually picked calls, I actually would have done really good. But I picked the wrong side. And I could have re-entered, but I already spent that money.
You
So
didn't drop no trend lines on this, huh?
nah.
I
This was
got
Yeah,
this is
it filled that gap and got that liquid and got on.
yes, I got in right there. It's crazy. I got in at the very end. But at least I timed something. I was just wrong on direction.
what time frame is this? The
This is a
one
one
minute?
minute.
Go to the 15 minute real quick.
Yeah, I got in stuff at the wrong time. I thought it was gonna break this. I thought it was gonna break this and keep going down. That's what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
I thought I was
wicked
gonna
I
there.
could
break
see,
that.
I could low key see why you thought it would go down, but it's like it's too bullish, bro. The bullish momentum is crazy strong.
It is crazy strong. It was just
It's just
I tried to
creating a new,
scalp. I tried to
it's
get a
creating a
scalp.
new support.
I tried to get a scalp and it did not work out.
You know what? You
That
lost
dip
10.
that it did was creating a new support for the continuation.
Absolutely. And mind you, I've only been playing this up the whole time, but then all of a sudden I want to try to scalp a put.
No, that's cool. You only lost $10. You could have done is both. If you losing $10, a call in a put.
hmm
Or like hedging.
Hedging. Yeah, hedging. Because I was at a point where like, yo, it could keep going down, but then again, it could also bounce.
Yeah, that
You see, but
they
this right here, this is the point where it's like make it or break it
Yeah.
because it does have a bullish engulfing in that green candle, the most recent.
hmm
It is a little higher than the previous orange candle,
hmm
which kind of indicates at the same time it might be some manipulation happening soon. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
nothing came and got that liquidity from that wick.
Because Because you know what it is too? Like if it broke underneath here, like you said, point of no return, this it could have came all the way down to this wick and tested that.
Yeah, it I could see it still tracing back down just to like, you know what I'm saying? Just for the manipulation tactic. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm
Yeah, you could
But
see
but
a
yeah, it was clearly bullish from this big
Yeah.
candle. It's
It's just
clearly
trying to
bullish.
create a steady support to continue that uptrend.
Right,
That's what
right.
it looks
'Cause
like.
got
this
got
was a
that
big giveaway, huh?
that
Yeah.
Fibonacci up
50%
50%.
retracement.
Yep.
That was a big giveaway, but all good.
But you see,
I
the
always
thing
look
is
for
too,
that.
like you see where that middle on the far left, that middle keep going right there.
Hmm
That's the median price right there that it tested.
hmm Right
You
here.
see what I'm saying?
Hmm
Because that at the top of that wick, that's where the imbalance is happening.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, yeah, right there. Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
hmm Yeah, so this might keep going. This is natural gas, and it does have targets up here. This might keep going up to here.
Yeah, it's definitely snatching that up for sure.
Yeah. So this is another trade if you want to trade it long. This is continuation trade, but you got to get your safe entry. So safe entry will probably be down where I got out at if you can get that pullback. Because in the morning, that's when crazy stuff could happen in the market, and you might dip underneath that line.
I put an order for the break of the tippy top right there.
Break of the
Yeah,
high.
hell yeah.
That's not, yeah, that works too, especially if it has enough momentum and it's been tight in this range.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like even if market opens or not, like you're still gonna bank some kind of profit from that, even if it tries to go down, because it gotta go. It's gonna have to go up, snatch liquidity from the upside if it wants to go down,
Hmm That's what you're saying.
and you can still bang a nice little profit off of that.
Yeah. Other than that, real important things to look at is gold and silver and the dollar. So I
I don't
started
know.
buying silver.
I don't know how y'all be trading silver, man.
Silver is dope, bro. Look out, it gaps like crazy though, and
I don't like the.
Yes.
I just don't like the choppiness.
yeah, it gaps like it moves over. And mind you,
Oh,
these are small movements that look big, if that makes sense.
yeah, 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 for sure.
Like
But
this is like this
see,
whole
like
thing is.
all them gaps like that, bro. I'd rather trade gold any day.
hmm But even if you look at gold, like because the stocks they're gonna gap because they open and close. So this
Well,
is
yeah, you
gold. This is
guys
the gold
exactly.
stock.
But you see, this one still has a like, you know what
More
I mean?
structure, more structure.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, silver is just it's crazy. Like I lost money on silver. Like I got in this day and it gapped down on me. So I lost like
Mhm.
yeah, I
That's
lost
why
like
I could, I
40.
could, I could, I could never.
But get this, if I had picked the right direction, I would have made mad bank. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But I picked the wrong direction because there's been times like I think like way back here there was a
I
drop
know
I
that shit's
caught.
definitely divergent for sure.
Yeah. There was a drop I caught on silver like a while ago where the contracts went from like $12 to 112. That was like 1,000%. That was that hasn't happened since. But that you know what I mean? So that's why I like these gaps because if you catch them, like if I had caught puts on this day, I would have made bank. But I lost.
Do you have the MA or EMA?
Nah, I don't really use them.
You
Like
don't use it anymore?
nah. Because at the end of the day, it's more about like everything that's leading me up to the chart to make me even want to believe in the chart. I don't start on the chart no more. You know what I mean?
When
So that's why. But let's look at the dollar though, DXY. So the dollar maybe it's gonna start pushing down, but we can only wait and see because we don't know.
yeah, you see what I mean by when it gaps up like that, and after that's like a little higher than the previous candle.
Hmm
It's like it comes off as manipulation.
Yeah, like right now.
You see how the green candle is high, like halfway through that previous red candle before it? No, down.
This one.
down to the left. No,
Okay.
no, no, too far down. So the candle right next to the big green candle.
This one.
Yeah, that one. You
Mm-hmm.
see how when it starts halfway of that orange candle, rather than to be starting at the bottom of it or like
Yeah, it
equal to
starts.
the end.
It's trying to start towards the middle.
Yeah, that's when you can really tell it's manipulation.
The inside can started off inside.
You feel me? So if you scale down, I think it's to what is this, the daily chart? If you scale down to like I would say the 1 hour, you'll see like a crazy wick. Or like the 15 minute or something.
1 hour. Let's look down here.
You feel me? Hold on. Go back to the daily real quick. Box that section in real quick. That
This
whole
one right here.
section. Yeah, box it in. From the bottom of the orange one to the top of the green.
Oh, so to the top of the green.
Yeah, right there. And then go to 15. See? You see, that's definitely manipulation. It's gonna keep selling. This is a lot of selling pressure.
Mm. I see. I kind of see it on the 15 minute, like how it's up here and how it gapped up.
Yeah, and it broke some structure. It got a whole gap to fill,
Yeah, it broke all the highs.
and it got nothing but liquidity at the bottom.
Word. But yeah, guys, I got less than a minute, so I'm just gonna end it for today. So those are the trades I'm looking for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna be off, so I'll be trading. I'll probably just drop some stuff on my Discord. Thank you for tapping in, y'all.
All right, true.
All right, BZ, and I'll talk to you, Edie.
Thank
Let's
you.
watch. Let's
All
watch
right,
that.
bye, April.
Bye-bye.
Guild, that Guild tomorrow.
I bet we'll be looking at it.
Friday expiration is gonna be super cheap, so something to watch for.
I know
Remember
that.
that I caught that T-Mobile, the one that went from 10 to 380. I caught that on a Friday after it was up like that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, we'll talk, Charles. Like we can meet up in the morning.